Ridgeway, warm welcome, nut browned ale.
And remember, life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. I am gradually working my way through the case of beer from House of Trembling Madness. That is their Christmas selection of beers. And I have to say, it's been a little bit of a chore. I'm not too enamoured with what they put in there. It's a little bit hit and miss. But this was one of them. I'm pretty sure this was out of that case. I can't remember. This originally was meant for my mate from Germany, but of course the new strain of COVID has meant that people have to self-isolate now if they're travelling from abroad to the UK, so he's not coming over because he was only coming over for a weekend, and of course that's all gone out the window now because you have to self-isolate, so it ain't going to be worth him coming over. Cheers, COVID, you bastard. And there was a load of beer that I bought for him, and I really wanted him to try it because I do like to be an ambassador for British beer. And I bought him a load of Orkney Brewery stuff as well, and I bought him some of the Sam Smith's decent stuff and a wide selection of stuff, and a lot of them were Christmas beers as well. Sadly, I've got to drink them all now. Oh, there is a silver lining, I will say this. But this one, it did intrigue me because it is from the Ridgeway Brewery. Now, they're not a bad brewery, I have to say. Their core range, the higher strength beers that they do, especially the barley wine and the Imperial Red Ale, really did impress me. Their IPA impressed me as well, the English IPA that they do. That was really nice. I did enjoy that. But I discovered this one as well, Warm Welcome, and it's a seasonal beer from them. They've called it a nut browned ale, not a nut brown ale. What the fuck that is, I do not know. But they say a perfect holiday toast. Now, what impressed me about this as well was it 6%? Is it 6% ABV? Now that is, in my opinion, what a good winter warmer should be, or a Christmas beer, if you want to call it that. That's what it should be. It should be dark. It should be like a nut brown ale with some fruit in it as well, and quite a high ABV. 6% is absolutely fine. Shepherd Neame do quite a strong one. I can't remember what that is, but I think it's just a winter ale. I think it's called. I think that's 7%. That's fucking handsome, that stuff is. But this one is a seasonal beer from them. I don't think it's rebadged. I think this is genuinely brewed for Christmas because they don't have a brown ale in their core range. A lot of these, I've no evidence to confirm it, but I do think that some of these breweries who produce these Christmas IPAs and pale ales and fucking shit like that, which have got no place to be called a Christmas beer, I do think they're trying to sell some of their, I don't know, not their off beer, but their core range. They're just rebadging it. It's a marketing gimmick, basically. They're just putting that Christmas jolly holly fucking labelling on there, calling an IPA a Christmas beer, and then punting it out at Christmas. Which to me, I think I wouldn't say it's a low trick, but it's cynical in my opinion, and I hate that. Cynical marketing can fuck off, as far as I'm concerned. And relax, and we have a beer. Right, Ridgeway Brewing. Ridgeway? Who the fuck are Ridgeway? Ridgeway Brewing are from Oxfordshire, and they do, as I say, they do some good beers. I don't think I've been disappointed with any of their beers I've tried so far. Maybe the Bad Elf, it was a little bit mislabelled, didn't really do much. It wasn't really a Christmas beer. It was more of from what I can remember, it was a best bitter. That could potentially have been one of the ones that they'd relabelled or whatever, but it was okay. So they're okay in my eyes. And as I say, the Imperial stuff they do, the Imperial barley wine and the Imperial Red Ale, Really nice. Really did like that. The barley wine was really good. I was impressed with that. That was a good one. And the red ale weren't too bad either. Very strong. I know I get it wouldn't be to everyone's taste, but what I did like, they've done them in half pint bottles. You cannot fucking drink 10% pint bottles. I just don't care. I don't care. It's not the done thing. And certain breweries do that. And once you get over 7% and you start putting it in pint bottles, then or 500ml bottles, you I don't know. I don't think it's cricket. Anyway, let's get this investigated. Right, festive beer, nut brown ale. I don't know what they mean, nut brown ale. A perfect holiday toast. 6%, 500ml. On the back, it says, especially for the holidays, a brown ale with real attitude. The malts used to make warm welcome are roasted to give a hearty amber brown colour and a warm, rounded, nutty taste. This fine ale is dedicated to all you curious brew lovers out there who ever had serious questions about the mechanics of Santa's supposed arrival by way of the chimney. How does he do that anyway? No fucking idea. Unlike most people, I do not believe in that fat fucking judgmental bastard. There you go. Produced by Ridgeway Brewing, Oxfordshire. Government warning, fuck off. Do not drink and drive. Well, oh yeah, I will say that. Don't drink and drive. Is there ingredients on it? Can I get some fucking ingredients? I thought I saw some invert sugar here. Hang on. Oh, ingredients, yeah. Ingredients, water. It's got it in Italian, for fuck's sake. Why is all the fucking ingredients... They do this, they put a lot of their ingredients in Italian. Why is that? Contains sugar, I can see that, oats, yeast. Oh, thanks for mentioning the yeast. One of our range of very special Christmas beers, brewed in England for the USA. Why the fuck are you brewing beer for them? We all know, of course, that Santa is really from Lapland. Why the fuck are they brewing beer for the USA? When the fuck have they ever brewed? They haven't got over the War of Independence. They're still bitter about us burning down the White House. I don't get that. They won a war and then they declared or sued for peace. They'd won the war. Fuck knows. Anyway, anyone who gets the French to help them to win a war. Wrong uns, mate. Wrong uns. There you go. Let's get it open. Let's see what's going on. Why are they brewing beer for the Yanks? Why? Anyway, I've got some, so it don't matter. Yellow cap. Fuck all to see there. No offence to all you American subscribers. I have been to the United States. I do love your country. I love your constitution. And I love a lot of what the Americans do and the way they do it. Very nice people as well. Not had a bad experience with the Yanks, I have to say. Went to Chicago and they said that it was one of the worst places in the United States. I actually quite enjoyed it. It was like Tottenham on steroids. There you go. Doesn't really look like a nut brown ale to me, or a brown ale. Well, I suppose it does actually, yeah. Looking at it now, it's settled down a little bit, yeah. That is a type of brown ale, isn't it? Aroma, malty. Quite nice. Quite sweet as well. Sweet malt. Very caramel-esque. 6%. No less. I have to say, it don't look bad. And it smells reasonably okay. It's faint, but it's there. I can get it. Quite sweet malt. Not as pungent as the Sam Smith's Nut Brown Ale, but you can't have everything, can you? Let's get it down the hatch. Bottoms up. Oh, I'm not sure about this. What's going on here? Something's going on. I'll tell you exactly what's going on. This tastes more like a bitter than it does a nut brown ale. Nut brown ale. Now, for me, the archetypal nut brown ale is the Sam Smith's nut brown ale, which contains invert sugar, and it's relatively sweet, and it's very moorish, and it's very malty. This is bitter, and it's hop bitterness that's on there. It's almost like Challenger hops, that type of bitterness. Yeah. Quite. I'll tell you something. As a nut brown ale, it doesn't hold a candle to the Sam Smith stuff. But as a bitter, as a maybe an ESB, that is not fucking bad. I will say that. Lovely smooth mouthfeel. I am getting a little hint of that invert sugar on there. There is a subtle sweetness, but the finish, it's just huge English. I would say Challenger, that type of bitter hop that you get in good quality English bitters. And this, with the 6% on it, I think could qualify as a very good ESB. That is not bad, I have to say. Christmas though, as a Christmas beer, no, not really. But I'm going to ignore that because that is not a bad ESB. I think they should keep that recipe, ditch all the jolly holly bullshit that's on that label, rebadge it as an extra special bitter, keep it at 6%, and you've got a fucking winner there. There is a slight nuttiness to it, but this is more about the hop bitterness. I'd love to know what hops they've put in here. They don't make mention of it. And they're saying it's got a warm, rounded, nutty taste. I don't think it has. This has got more of a bitter style all the way through it. But it's good, I have to say. This is a good one. Yeah, I quite like it. Now, it's not amazing. It doesn't hold a candle to the Fuller's ESB. I mean, these are the best beers I'm talking about. When I talk about the Sam Smith's Nut Brown Ale, for me, that's one of the best brown ales. I haven't tried that Double Maxim. I've heard a lot of people talking about that. I just cannot get that down here. Is it the Vaux Brewery, I think it's called, who do that? They used to sponsor Sunderland years ago. I remember we tonked them 5-0 one night. This is when we was in the old ground. Oh, I missed that old ground. We beat them 5-0. It was of an evening, a Wednesday evening. Honestly, the night games at Upton Park, we were fucking unbeatable. We could beat anyone. It was just the atmosphere. It was horrible. And players have said that from opposition teams. Said it's one of the most horrible grounds to go to, and it unnerved them. And we could win. And then what do? We fucked it off and got that abomination of the Olympic Stadium. Anyway, rant over. We're reviewing beer. But Vaux used to support, I think that's how it's pronounced, they used to they used to sponsor Sunderland. They do that Double Maxim. That's supposed to be a really nice brown ale. It's not a nut brown ale. And as far as I know, this lot supposedly do a nut brown ale, and Sam Smiths do it. Now the Sam Smith stuff is fucking amazing. I've had that quite a few times. I've had nights out drinking that stuff in the Sam Smith's pubs in London when I was up there, when I was living up there. It's that good. I've sessioned it and it's been really nice. This, it doesn't have the characteristics of that, I don't think, from what I can remember. The nut brown ale is sweeter and it's nuttier. This isn't. This is bitter. There's hop bitterness. There's that peppery bitterness that you get from English Challenger hops. But it's nice, I have to say. The aroma, again, I wouldn't say tannin, but there's an astringency, but that sounds like a negative term, but there's There's a nice bitter style aroma coming from this, and it's mixed with the malts as well, like with a big sort of caramel malt, and it does taste quite good. That is nice. That is really good, I have to say. Impressed. I'm not sure, I can't remember whether this came out of the House of Trembling Madness Christmas beer case, whether I bought this separately, but if you can get hold of it, this ain't a bad one. I'm quite impressed with this. Not bad. So what is the verdict on Ridgeway Brewing Warm Welcome Nut Brown Ale? Well, for me, putting this up against the Sam Smith's Nut Brown Ale, it doesn't compare, because it doesn't taste like a nut brown ale. This tastes like a good bitter, a very good bitter in fact, and with that ABV and ESB. It's not as good as the Fuller's ESB, but it's very, very agreeable. And there's a lot of hop character in this, and they make no mention of it, which I wouldn't say it's criminal, but they should be doing more. And again, I'm just looking on the label here. There is very little to say that this is from Ridgeway Brewing. Yeah, this is brewed for the United States, and it's got mention of some of the United States there because they get California cash refund. So yeah, they're obviously into their recycling and all that. But if there's any Americans watching this, supposedly you can get this in the States. Now, forget what it says on there, forget all the jolly holly fucking labelling and all that. If you want to taste a very good English bitter stroke ESB, extra special bitter, then this is a very good option. Now, I don't know how available the Fuller's ESB is over in the United States, but this is 6%. I think the Fuller's ESB is 5%. I'm not sure what it is on cask. It may be the same. It had a reputation years ago as being a bit of a headbangers drink, but it's a really nice bitter. This is good as well. And I have to say, I tried some, well, I didn't try it. I had some of the Timothy Taylor Bolt Maker. Again, that was bought for my mate in Germany. He's not going to get that now, so I drank that. And I was reminded how good that is a bitter. That is a really nice bitter. This isn't bad though, I have to say. Yeah, and it gets nicer as it goes down. Lovely mouthfeel on that, real smooth, really nice. I do like that. I like it so much, I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. A very solid 8 out of 10. Ridgeway, you're probably not going to watch this, but if somebody from the Ridgeway Brewery or Ridgeway Brewing is, get rid of that labelling, keep that recipe, sell it as an ESB, and you are onto a winner, because that is nice. Very nice indeed. Well done. And remember, beer is working class champagne.